So we're set for action. Folk on the approach. We're underway at MetLife. Hester waits for it. Takes him deep into the end zone, and the Ravens will have it at the 25-yard line to open things up. Morningweg calling the plays for the second straight week. 3 receivers set to open up. Terrence West trying to cut it to the outside, and 2-yard pickup for West. He's hit by McClendon. Dixon himself is coming off an injury. Flacco out of the gun. Tosses to Mike Wallace, hit from behind, and he has got enough for the first down. Buster screen over there. 36, 2 tight ends in this formation with Pitta and Gilmore. Clean pocket for Flacco. He'll try a deep ball. Flacco down the sideline and nothing there. Aiken in a matchup with Screen. Most penalized, most PIs, pass interferences than any other corner over the last few years. Dixon is spun down. Sheldon Richardson and Leonard Williams over there. No gain on the play.
Todd Bowles' defense, this is where he likes to bring pressure up inside.
Saw a lot of pressure last week against Arizona. Flacco over the middle. Incomplete, tried to hit Pitta. The rare timeout before a punt.
You wonder if it was an injury and they had to make a change.
Cook on the kick. Marshall backpedaling. He'll take it from the 5. Marshall tries a spin move, and the Jets will be pinned deep in their own territory. First possession coming up as Marqueston Huff makes the play on special teams. Geno Smith in a quarterback for the Jets. Rich, what changes from a philosophical standpoint on offense for New York with him in there?
Well, I think obviously more of an emphasis on the running game, and that includes the zone read with him keeping the ball out of the gun.
Forte dragged down from behind by Brandon Williams. He picks up a yard on the play. That's been a problem for the Jets.
Very strong arm, a compact delivery that's fluid and sudden, and as I said in the open, he throws the deep ball very well.
2nd and 9, working out of the gun. Smith pulls the trigger, catch by Anderson, and a curl upfield. Look at all the white jerseys that converge on Robbie Anderson, including Tavon Young. Motion man is Bostic. Running play. A lane for Forte, and he falls forward for 5. Baltimore. 2 tight ends, Davis and Bostic. Smith straight back. Smith, sideline. Brandon Marshall, the intended target. It's incomplete. 10 for the Jets. Smith operating out of the gun on a draw play. Forte right through the middle for Forte, and he glides for a gain of 6.
This is where Geno Iron's going to be really sharp. You'll see a lot of unusual looks from the Ravens on 3rd down.
Smith gets rid of it. Off the hands of Charon Peak, the rookie. Would have been enough for a first down, covered there by fellow rookie Tavon Young out of Temple. This is without Eric Decker, placed on injured reserve with shoulder injury. Ball gets away. Ravens have an opportunity in the end zone. Ravens on the board with a touchdown. Chris Moore on the recovery, and Baltimore strikes first. Huge mistake for the Jets on special teams. Lachlan Edwards, the rookie punter, could not handle it. Right through his hands.
Just a little high, a little to the right, but obviously one he needs to handle. Huge mistake in the kicking game early on. You wonder if there's a little bit of wind. I mean, he doesn't take his eyes off. That thing just goes right through his hands.
Extra point here for Justin Tucker. Tucker knocks it through. Baltimore has got a 7-0 lead by Chris Moore, rookie out of Cincinnati, and Justin Tucker kicks it off for Baltimore. Jalen Marshall will let that one bounce and settle in back of the end zone. So Jets have it at the 25-yard line. They trail Baltimore 7-0. Smith on a handoff. Forte runs off contact. Forte cutting it to the outside, and he's driven towards the perimeter. 2nd and 6. Motion man is Robbie Anderson. Stick with the ground game. And Forte crosses the 30-yard line for a pickup of 2, met there by Albert McClellan, who is playing inside, replacing C.J. Mosley. Powell is in there on a 3rd and 4. 4 receivers set. Motion man Marshall. Smith has time, throws on time, and connects with Brandon Marshall for a first down across the 40-yard line. Now the 42-yard line. On a give, Bilal Powell. Shot out of a cannon. Powell crosses the 45. Dozier in. So they're going with 6 up front on a 2nd and 5. Handed off to Forte. Nothing there. Forte lunging for a gain of 1, hit by Brandon Williams. Motion man Anderson. Smith on a 3rd and 4. Floater knocked up in the air off of Inunwa. Tanner Purdom to snap it. Edwards gets rid of it. Fans with applause for Edwards just getting the punt off.
Just catching the snap.
Took that this morning,
right?
right?
Handle that.
Play fake. Flacco dials up the deep ball. Flacco downfield. It's caught. Mike Wallace with the grab.
Well, play action is so good for Joe Flacco. You look at the squeeze that they get. They have to find out about Buster Screen. He's been victimized by the double move, and he has struggled some covering speedy receivers. And that's the guy they want to get the ball down the field to, Mike Wallace, for the 53-yard gain.
It went right through the hands of Calvin Pryor. That was a one-receiver formation. Terrence West is back in there. West keeps the legs churning.
Have a lot of jersey.
Todd Bowles preached changes. We wonder if that will be one of them. Terrence West driving, hit by Sheldon Richardson on the play for no gain. 3rd and 4. Flacco from the gun. It's offline.
First indicator that they weren't going to kick the field goal.
He's made 22 in a row. This is from 50 yards away, dealing with the wind. Tucker nails it. As the Ravens try to rediscover their winning ways, they've got a 10-0 lead on the Jets. Kickoff from Tucker, scooped up by Jalen Marshall. Marshall stutter step, squeezes through to the 24-yard line, brought throughout the course of the first 6 weeks. On first down, it's Forte. Not much there. He's wrapped up. Gerard Powers helping out in run support. Give him a gain of 3 on the play. And JB, Jamal Charles not 100%, but Spencer Ware has stepped forward and provided a lift for Kansas City. Smith, he does have skills with those legs. And a slide right at the marker.
Being here the next couple series.
Play action. Smith, clean pocket, guns it, dropped, and that's been an issue for Brandon Marshall. Working out of the gun. Smith has not faced a lot of pressure. A little shovel pass for Forte, and the Ravens ready for it. They bury him after the gain of 1.
Illegal hands to the face, number 22, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Marshall in at receiver, and he's the motion man, and there's a flag. The wind might just take that thing. You got to be careful.
False start, number 15, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Smith suffered a concussion, didn't play in the second half last week, and that's when Beckham could not be stopped by Baltimore. Play fake. Smith trying to get out of trouble. He's down. Could not break away from big Brandon Williams. Receiver set. Ravens lead at 10-0. They scored on a touchdown when the ball went through the punter's hands. Quincy Inunwa. Catch and run. Inunwa. He's gone. Touchdown Jets. 69 yards. Smith on the hookup to Inunwa.
Well, just a little curl route. You look at Inunwa, he sits down in the zone coverage. You know, when you think of Quincy Inunwa, you think of a possession-type receiver who has more power than speed and quickness. But look at him run away from that Ravens secondary.
Rich, that was by far the Jets' longest play of the season.
You can't let him get outside. Orr, who's been such a steady tackler, but look at the speed. You don't think of Quincy Inunwa as a speedster at the wide receiver position.
Inunwa kicked it into another gear.
Rerouting him because of his size and strength.
On the kick by Folk, Devin Hester will take a knee. Ravens will have it at the 25-yard.
About taking care of the football, the experience is all the push there.
Hand off to Terrence West. Inactive today, had ankle surgery in January. That ankle has been giving him trouble. Shotgun on 2nd and 10. Flacco slammed down by Richardson. The Jets controlled time of possession in that first half. Baltimore got its touchdown on a special teams gap, and now the Ravens facing a 3rd and 19. Catch on Kamar Aiken against Williams. Baltimore Ravens have never lost 4 in a row under John Harbaugh. And off to Terrence West. Banged down short of the 40-yard line by Sheldon Richardson. He picks up 3 on the play. Well, we're just underway in the second quarter. Ian Eagle, Rich Gannon, Evan Washburn, the rest of our NFL on CBS crew. Play fake. Flacco on time. And the grab by Pitta. Flacco has cracked 30,000 yards in his career on that throw to Dennis Pitta. Has even made it back to the NFL considering all the injuries over the last 3 seasons. Aiken the catch last week. 27-23 loss to the Giants right here at MetLife. Flacco puts a mustard on it to Perriman. And it's another Baltimore first down. Moore and Waller. And a shotgun for Flacco. Fake it. Another pump. Flacco out of the pocket. Flacco on the move looking for an angle, and he is out of bounds. He did take a hit along that sideline. Flacco was wondering where the flag is.
You could tweak some things.
Flacco. The timing was off. Kamar Aiken, the intended receiver. Mike Wallace in the area as well. It's now 3rd and 9 for the Ravens. And the 10th play of the drive for the Baltimore Ravens. And a 3rd and 9. Flacco tosses. Jets got him by his feet. Lorenzo Molden put pressure on Joe Flacco. 49-yard attempt for Justin Tucker, and he's kicking into the wind. Tucker connects. He is locked in. Marshall deep for New York. Tucker drills it. Marshall moves forward. Thought about it. Now we'll take it out. Marshall trying to get to the outside. And driven down just across the 15-yard line by Juszczyk. Motion man is Anderson, the rookie out of Temple. The Jets trail 13-7. Smith to the sideline. Forte, and he's out of bounds. The team was trailing games. He was trying to do too much. Forte on the spin. A lot of activity in there, and Forte had no room to work. 1-yard pickup.
You asked me about
2 now for the Jets. Running play again. Powers his way as a 1A and 1B option at running back with Matt Forte. Now again. Falls forward, short of the 35. Timmy Jernigan, first man there. They limit him to a gain of 1, 2nd and long. Davis and Bostic on a 2nd and 9. Draw play. Powell cuts to the outside and hit down low by McClellan. 4 to go. We're in the second quarter with the Ravens in front 13-7. Smith sensing pressure. Smith in trouble. Smith brought down. Matt Judon, the rookie. Grand Valley State Division II product. And Judon gets to the quarterback, a loss of 8.
Yeah, you can see the pressure coming up inside, and talked about a clean pocket. This is where Geno's going to be challenged on 3rd down. Finding a quick answer throw, not holding the ball, not taking unnecessary sacks in that situation.
And Geno Smith clearly limping as he went to the New York sideline. Hester, the return man. Hester takes the opening, gets knocked. Picture that Geno Smith was hoping to provide. They are checking the right leg of Smith on the Jet sideline. Meanwhile, Flacco throws to a spot and hits his man, Mike Wallace, for a first down. Talked to John Harbaugh about going against Geno Smith. He said, look, he's got arm talent. I've watched all the throws.
False start, number 72, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Alex Lewis, who's playing out of position now at left tackle as Ryan Fitzpatrick warms up along the Jets sideline.
Gets punched in the face, and misses the start of last season.
Terrence West has got room.
Wow.
Terrence West! West breaking it down the sideline, and a flag thrown back at the 44-yard line.
Holding, number 72, offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It's back-to-back. Alex Lewis, the rookie out of Nebraska, just negated a 49-yard run. And Stanford, who was just activated off the practice squad last night, is now in at linebacker. Flacco tosses to Mike Wallace, trying to create after the catch. And Wallace is brought down after the gain of 5 by Buster Screen. Telefero is in along with Juszczyk. flanking Flacco on a 2nd and 20. From the gun, deep drop. Flacco to Telefero.
That's why Flacco's working inside the numbers quite a bit here in the first half.
It's a 4-receiver set on a 3rd and 12. Flacco lets it rip, but not enough for the first down. Dennis Pitta is short.
Makes sense. Pin him back and take a look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. He probably hasn't had a single rep this season, this week in practice, Ian.
A high punt, and this one is out of bounds. They will mark it out at the 15-yard line. Right knee injury to Geno Smith. Fitzpatrick this season leads the NFL in interceptions with 11. He's got 14 picks over his last 7 games going back to the regular season finale last year in Buffalo. Forte is stacked up. Michael Pierce, rookie out of Samford, first man there, and set a Jets record 31 touchdown passes last year for Fitzpatrick. Throws it, caught by Nunwa underneath. Teron Peake goes in motion. Out of the gun, Fitzpatrick goes well at the Peake. Can he get to the marker? Yes. Pushed out of bounds. 2 tight ends, Davis and Bostic. Tight ends are not a factor in the passing game for this Jets offense. Fitzpatrick throws it on time to Brandon Marshall.
He likes to find 15.
On the draw, Forte. Excellent vision by Forte. Hit from behind. On the Verizon halftime report. Under 2 minutes to go. A little trickery here. Robbie Anderson. Anderson down the sideline. And veers out of bounds. Jets. Fitzpatrick tosses it in. Forte takes it in for the touchdown.
Really nice design here by Chan Gailey. The screen game has been very effective against this Ravens defense.
Perfectly executed middle screen. Fitzpatrick to Forte. Fitzpatrick 4 of 4 on the drive for 46 yards. And Nick Folk.
Completion percentage also a concern. It's the worst in football. It was a bad combination for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Nick Folk kicks it off, and Hester will not even touch it. And the Ravens all of a sudden looking up at the Jets on the scoreboard. 14-13. Flacco, quick hitter. Telefero with the catch, and he's tackled there by David Harris. 4.5-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Flacco floats it, and the Jets were ready for Telefero. Sheldon Richardson sniffed it out for New York. With the Jets now leading at 14-13, under a minute to go in the half. Flacco, a dart. It's complete. Kamar Aiken downfield. Flacco off his back foot, in stride. Dennis Pitta hit down low, and Baltimore will use a timeout. Marcus Williams will get credit for the tackle. 12-yard catch and run. Teams that were already dealing with significant injuries. From the gun, Flacco to the end zone. Nearly intercepted by Williams. Mike Wallace, the intended target. On 2nd and 10. Flacco hits Chris Moore. And the clock is moving. 25-yard line.
The time all the way inside a couple seconds and then clock it.
And he does with the spike. Stops the clock with 4 seconds left. Field goal unit is coming on. For the lead. Tucker. Curving through. He's got it. 16-14. The Ravens in front.
That's shown he has the ability over the long haul to take care of the football and make good decisions.
Meanwhile, Baltimore has got the lead. A late field goal from Tucker puts the Ravens in front. Quarterbacks on the roster, but only 2 active. Bryce Petty and Hackenberg are both inactive. Handoff to Forte to start this second half, and it's a 1-yard pickup. Brandon Williams and Lawrence Guy. The frustration for Geno Smith, trying to revive his NFL career. Fitzpatrick hooks up with Forte. Matt Forte still going.
This is the touchdown play. This is the same one we saw the opposite direction. He's going to go to his left this time, and They do a terrific job. You look at the offensive line. Winters gets out in front. You see the big tackle or center Wesley Johnson. He's out in front.
And the Jets are now in Baltimore territory. We are just underway in the third quarter. Fitzpatrick steps up and takes a shot. Tries to flip it at the end of the play.
Sometimes the best play, the only play, is to check it down and move on.
Shotgun. Fitzpatrick fires to Brandon Marshall, and he is spun down by Tavon Young. This is a stretch of games that could be considered winnable for the Jets. Fitzpatrick on a 3rd and 6. And Fitzpatrick is devoured by Jernigan. Timmy Jernigan with his 4th sack of the season. And the Jets drive stalls right around midfield.
Yeah, good look at Jernigan. He's right over the center. Great instincts and agility, plays low and with great leverage.
Edwards out to punt it with Devin Hester waiting for it at the 10. Edwards, almost a pooch from Edwards. There was pressure. And the football, 16-14 Ravens, 11-18 to go in the third. Flacco throws on first down to Mike Wallace.
Attacking 2 deep coverage in the middle of the field.
And no big mistakes on offense, other than penalties, which has been an issue throughout the season. Telefero met by Leonard Williams.
He's averaging 44 throws a game.
2nd and 11. He's thrown more than any quarterback in the NFL this season. Mike Wallace with the catch. From the 43. Flacco. Deep ball. Incomplete. 1-on-1. Sam Cook will kick it away. Jalen Marshall at the 10. Pressure, they nearly got it. High punt from Cook. And this one's going to roll inside the 5. Baltimore downs it. They are -12 on turnover differential. Worst mark in the NFL. Matt Forte trying to give the Jets some breathing room. He goes up the middle for 3 yards.
And half now that Fitzpatrick is under center.
2nd and 7. A quick toss. Robbie Anderson trying to break free. He is brought down from behind. It's a 3rd and 2. Fitzpatrick is 7 of 7. Fitzpatrick knocked down. He threw it at the chest of Zadarius Smith. For Devin Hester standing at midfield. Edwards, high punt, and over end. And Hester controls it, upsetted himself. New franchise record for Joe Flacco, 176 consecutive pass attempts without an interception, topping the previous mark from Eric Zaire. And off to Terrence West, he's ridden down immediately by Sheldon Richardson.
Combinations. And he's throwing the ball a ton in games, but he's not turning it over.
Offense to the sideline, it's picked off. Buster screen. Screen's got a convoy, and he's brought down inside the 5.
Well, he's working up top, and he's going to throw the deep out-breaking route. Buster Screen's playing from off coverage. He has his eyes in the backfield, and Flacco's just a split second late. We always talk about if you wait, you're late, especially on out-breaking routes. They're going after screen. He knows he has help inside from the safety, Gilchrist, and he's just sitting on this ball the whole way. This is a part of the field where they have really struggled. They're dead last in scoring.
1st and goal from the 3. Forte. Nothing there on the pile.
Good red zone teams have the ability to run the ball in this part of the field.
Play clock had hit 00.
Hey, still 2nd down.
2nd and goal now marked at the 9. Play clock again winding down. Handed off. Forte plowing inside the 5 and then a pile. Shotgun for Fitzpatrick. Looking for the lead. Fitzpatrick floats it. Incomplete. Anunwa, the intended receiver. And he nails it. And then a 22-yard field goal for Nick Folk, who kicks it off now for New York. Booming kick. Hester through the back of the end zone. Ravens will have it at the 25-yard line.
The first mistake, right?
Dennis Pitta, the motion man. Fake the handoff. Flacco. Too high. Generate offense.
There's another team that made the coordinator change, and it's really paying off well for the Buffalo Bills.
Greg Roman out. Anthony Lynn in. Terrence West runs into a wall. Jarvis Jenkins and Victor Ochi, who was just brought up from the practice squad. Stony Brook product. Baltimore has 9 rushing yards. That's it. On a 3rd and 10. Flacco throws it high. Intercepted again. Marcus Gilchrist has got it. And he's out of bounds.
You can see, look at everyone's up around the line of scrimmage. So Flacco's anticipating some form of pressure. And look at Gilchrist. He never feels him on the backside. He's trying to fit this post in, and he misses high. And you see him, he also bobbles the snap. He doesn't catch it quickly. He's out of rhythm, and he's late with his eyes down the field.
So the Jets have it inside the 25. Running play to Forte.
Preparation for the Jets.
2nd and 5 now for New York. Forte again. He's got a run. Forte bursting through, and he's dropped inside the 5.
Keep feeding it to him in this part of the field. I mean, he's a very good tackle-to-tackle runner.
1st and goal, handoff, Forte. It's blowing up in the backfield. Zachary Orr is shooting through for Baltimore. Have been killers for the Jets, unable to cash in throughout the season. 2nd and goal, Forte slithers, and then the Ravens are there. Ravens come away with the football. Baltimore has got it with Timmy Jernigan. He fumbles it. Team's trying to jump on top of it. What a turn. Jets cough it up. Ravens get it. Ravens cough it up. Brandon Marshall is down there.
Fumbled by New York, was recovered by Baltimore and advanced. Then fumbled by Baltimore, recovered by New York. It'll be 1st and goal.
Wow.
Incredible.
A good look at Forte, careless with the ball in the hole, and it gets knocked out. And we saw Jernigan scoop it up. He starts running. And a good alert play there by Brandon Marshall. A very comfortable throw in this part of the field.
Looking that way, back in the end zone. It's incomplete. Fitzpatrick on a give. Forte accelerating. Forte looking to get to the goal line. He's short. Offensive lineman. On a 3rd and goal. Give it to Forte. Takes it in for the touchdown.
Good job handling the penetration. They decide to run off tackle with their veteran back.
With Nick Folk kicking the extra point and produced 10 points off of the Joe Flacco interceptions. Jernigan, after a fumble recovery, kept the Jets alive deep in Baltimore territory. Folk kicks it off, and Hester will take a knee. Baltimore will have it at the 25-yard line.
Back inside.
On a handoff to West. 11 rushing yards for a Baltimore team that averages just under 100. Flacco reconnects, and Chris Moore takes a shot from Calvin Pryor. Season, and right now it's the Jets leading the Ravens 24-16. 35. Flacco's pass is broken up. Dennis Pitta hit by Darrelle Revis. Good kick from Cook. Sends Marshall back to the 11. Walks a tightrope along the sideline. Takes a couple of shots, and he's out of bounds across the 25. Shoulder trouble, but couldn't seem to plague him in the first half. Handoff to Matt Forte. A blast by Forte. Because the backup quarterback is the day that the Jets established the run, and now he's benefiting from it. On a give for Forte. Breaks that initial wave. And a flag down as he falls forward across the 40-yard line. Penalty marker at the 34.
Holding number 77, offense. 10-yard penalty, still 1st down.
And it's James Carpenter, the 6-year veteran who won a Super Bowl with the Seattle Seahawks. First and 20 for the Jets. Fitzpatrick gives it to Troymaine Pope. I think right now they're protecting BAL Powell, who is the emergency quarterback, so they don't want to bring him in, use him on the ground, and risk injury and then have no emergency QB if Fitzpatrick went down. Pope is a rookie out of Jacksonville State. He was waived by the Seattle Seahawks and picked up by the Jets. Second and 19. Fitzpatrick dumps it off. On a drop by Pope. Flag thrown. Back at the 22.
Be a late hit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 90, defense. Contact to the quarterback's head. 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's Darius Smith.
And right to the face mask. They're going to call that one every time.
Just short of the 45-yard line. Running play. Forte's back in there. Turns the corner. Crosses into Baltimore territory.
Running defense in football. It's been an impressive way to go so far for the Jets on offense.
Rich Tavon Young got injured on that tackle, so Will Davis is now in. Forte up the middle. Is down to 1. Didn't look like they got the playoff. Fitzpatrick throws. Incomplete. Brandon Marshall off his hands. The timing was just off his last 4 passes. That was 3rd and a yard. They could not convert to keep this drive alive. Lachlan Edwards punts it. Serious struggle offensively in the second half this week. Flacco goes down. Joe Flacco was looking to hand it off. And Leonard Williams is there to make sure he doesn't get up.
Those stumble coming away from center.
Second and 15. Flacco throws it underneath, and it's caught by Wallace just across the 15-yard line, brought down by David Harris. They pick up 5. 3rd and 10 for the Ravens from the 15. Flacco lets it rip. Too high. Darrelle Revis said, against Flacco, you can pressure him up the middle and throw him off his game. Cook. Marshall never gets a chance to touch it, and it's out of bounds. Patrick replacing the injured Geno Smith in a week where Fitzpatrick got benched by head coach Todd Bowles. Matt Forte's played a big role today, and Forte is dragged down by Eric Weddle. It's a 1-yard pickup. From the 29. Give to Forte. Tried to stutter step, and the Ravens push him backwards. Forward progress will get him out to the 34. Von Young is in the concussion protocol. Will Davis in for him. Webb has left with a hamstring injury. And Fitzpatrick is dumped at the 30 by Judon.
Neither of these teams have been good finishing teams late.
The Jets did not use very much clock. Lachlan Edwards punting. Returnable for Hester. Dances and drilled. Here in attendance today. Pass to Mike Wallace, and that play goes nowhere. Buster screen all over it for New York. He's got Dixon there to pass protect. Flacco pump and throw. Dixon is drilled immediately after the catch by Pryor.
Was good enough for 27th coming into today's game.
Flacco dealing with pressure, and he bounced that one in the direction of Pitta. Cook punting to Jalen Marshall. We're down to 6:20 to play in the 4th. Marshall brought it into the 33 and lost yards on the return. Dead the football at the 32-yard line with just over 6 minutes to play. Matt Forte has been a workhorse. 25 carries, 93 yards. It's carry number 26 for Forte. On a 2nd and 6 for New York. Fake it. Fitzpatrick curls out of trouble and throws it away. He's just not going to take any risks.
Hope to make your declarations up at there.
Shotgun. Fitzpatrick throws. Hauled in. Robbie Anderson. First down. Down in Baltimore territory. Just short of the 35. Back to the ground. Forte. Wrestled down by Michael Pierce. It's a 2-yard pickup. 2nd and 8 here for the Jets. We will hit the 4-minute mark of this 4th quarter. Forte tries to stop and turn the other way, and the Ravens fully prepared. Goes in motion on a 3rd and 10 for New York. Fitzpatrick in the pocket. A little dump off to Matt Forte. Is from 51 yards out. His long this year is 48. Trying to extend the lead. Nick Folk. It's blocked! Ricochets to the sideline, and Baltimore gets it done on special teams.
The block comes from up inside to get great penetration.
Oh, it's Brandon Williams.
Good snap, good hold. Look at the effort by Brandon Williams. We just talked about the effort he gives you as a nose tackle in a 3-4 defense.
He
just lost 4 straight. You got to do something. You got to give the kicker a chance to ice him.
Mike Wallace with the catch, and Wallace is twirled down just across the 35-yard line by Julian Stanford. Had the longest stretch of his career without throwing a pick.
He just throws this one away.
3rd and 5. Ravens go empty with a 5-receiver set. Flacco throws and hits his man Dennis Pitta for a first down. Baltimore territory. They'll get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. Flacco pump. Flacco out of the pocket.
Go away.
And he does. It's 24, Ravens 16. A 2nd and 10 for Baltimore. They have 2 timeouts. Toss over the middle. It's caught by Mike Wallace. Nice move by Wallace to fake out screen. And he's in New York territory at the 46-yard line.
Critical situation against Todd Bowles' coach defense. You have to think pressure.
Flacco hooks a pass. Immediately hit Juszczyk from the 44. On a 2nd and 8. Flacco offline. 3rd and 8. Flacco, 42 attempts. He leads the NFL in pass attempts this season. 1:05 to play. Flacco lost the football. It came out funny, and it's 4th down. 4th down for Baltimore.
Here comes the blitz. You know it's coming. You see the safety down there around the line of scrimmage. There's a reason he's there.
Jets are trying to finish off the Ravens on 4th down. Flacco pulls the trigger. It's a deep ball up in the air. Knocked around. Incomplete. Chris Moore against Marcus Williams. And the Ravens hand it to the Jets on downs.
Calvin Pryor, who has spent a lot of his time here late in the game blitzing Joe Flacco, and good coverage down the field on the back end from Marcus Williams.
Baltimore has 2 timeouts remaining.
They can run it 3 times here and force the Ravens to use both the timeouts and run this clock out.
Brandon Bostic goes in motion on a 2nd and 9. Baltimore is down to its final timeout. Give it to Forte.
Got to hold on to it in this situation. Can't let him rip it out.
And he does.
See Williams there. He's trying to strip it. 9-14, but he didn't turn it over, and that's the key with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He made good decisions, and he took care of the football.
The Jets will be in Cleveland. The Ravens have their bye week, and then they'll be home for Pittsburgh week 9. Jets have to take 1 more snap, and then this one is in the books. Jets were looking for a spark. It came in the form of Matt Forte. The losing streak is over. The Jets get it done against the Baltimore Ravens, and now it's the Ravens who are in a free fall.